The film Sunflowers Were the First Ones has been created in Kannada, and it was produced as part of their year-end experience at the Film and Television Institute of India, Pune. Now, the film has been awarded with several awards, and the latest one being the Lai Cinef Award for the Best Shot at the 2024 Cannes Film Festival. And it was shortlisted amongst 2,263 submissions from 555 film schools. Now, the plot centers around an elderly woman who steals a rooster, disrupting the cycle of sunlight in her village and plunging the community into chaos. And in an attempt to restore the balance of a prophecy, is invoked, and the woman's family is exiled to undertake a journey to retrieve the rooster. So, I would now like to invite our esteemed panel to offer their opening remarks. Can we start from you, sir?
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Hello everyone. We made this film as a part of our FTI year-end course, and this is a film based on a folklore from Karnataka, and I always wanted to tell this story and use this medium and try out the possibility of storytelling. And we have my Pranav, he has done production design. So
Pranavji, kindly share your experience.
Namaste. So, as I was a part of this film as a production designer. So, initially I got the script and it was like, this was my childhood. I heard those stories, those kind of stories from my grandmother, grandfather. So, ये अपॉर्चुनिटी था जो बचपन में हम स्टोरीज सुनते थे, जो भी स्टोरीज मैंने सुने हैं, हाँ इसको फर्स्ट टाइम मैं विजुअल स्टोरी टेलिंग में रखने जा रहा हूँ. आई डोंट नो कैसे हो रहा है, लेकिन मुझे विजुअल स्टोरी टेलिंग करना है जो बचपन की मेरी स्टोरीज थे. सो मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी लगी सिद्धा के साथ काम करने के लिए मौका मिला. So it was interesting.
That's amazing. So this Sunflowers were the first ones to know. This is a very fascinating title. How did this come from, or the concept behind it?
We had an idea of that, a granny steals a rooster and the sun never rises again. But from expanding an idea into a screenplay, I have a process, and this is something I wrote first. Like sunflowers were the first ones to know. The seed starts popping out. So I had this poetic way of I keep on writing my thoughts and ideas, and this is something I penned down. And from that on downwards, it set the tone of the film. And if you watch the film, you will understand why exactly sunflowers were the first ones to know.
And how much time did it take to shoot the film?
We shot the film in 4 days, edited in 5 days, sound design in 5 days, and we had coloring and DI in 2 days.
And it's shot in the night only.
Yeah, it's shot completely in
So
night.
that's also a big challenge. So now I'll open the floor for questions, please. Mike.
Okay, I can ask you a question without mic. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. So, Chidanand, first of all, congratulations on winning IFFI Award at Cannes Film Festival.
Thank you, sir.
So, how was your experience at Cannes Film Festival? And did you get to interact with the jury? And did you ask them the question that, how come you selected my film for the first prize?
Well, it was a very great experience, to be very honest. And I had went in a very open-minded, because Cannes Festival is something we have been consuming everyone through internet basically, and we have been watching the films after it gets premiere. So I did ask a lot of questions. I met the jury very later. I did ask a question with the artistic director. Why did you select the film? What did you really watch all the films also? So and also about the jury, I got to talk with jury after the award was announced, and I didn't exactly ask the question. I did ask whether did you like the film and what did you like about the film, and they gave me an honest review. But I didn't exactly ask why I was awarded. Thank you.
So namaskara.
Sir, namaste.
Congrats, sir. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ದೆನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮದರ್ ಟಂಗ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಚೂಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್. ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟು ಯು.
Thank you,
Because first of all, still madam told Kannada, it's Kannada. Because still even after KGF Kantara, we are still that identity is still not globally exposed. Still, I don't. So I want to know. Coming to the question now, what is the future of short film makers or this kind after you getting now global recognition, and even now your film has been gone for Oscars also. So going forward, for your point of also career, you want to come to the big screen like we have Girish Kasarwalli, people like they have come from FTI. So, or you want to continue in this short film path and give a message to the future? Thank you.
ಸರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಇದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ನಮಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಸ್, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇದು ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, 15 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಅಂತ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಲಿ ಅ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ has a screen time which decides whether it's a feature or a non-feature. But within a 10 minutes, you can tell a story world or a story time of 10 years to 100 years. That is not a limitation. But what are you choosing is a limitation. But when we say about a short films, it is a great place someone to explore, someone to start. And feature is also a great place. Again, it's a screen time. Each story, each script decides its length. And for convenience and for distributions, for all the other purposes, it has been distributed into a feature length film and a non-feature length film. But I don't see it as a short film or a feature length film. It's a screen time, and that matters to me. But it's a great place to someone to start. Short films are a really great place to start. Someone to explore a style, someone explore to a form, someone to learn that visual language itself. So it's a great place. But eventually started with a dream to become a filmmaker. Never watched the short films, like started watching feature films and always wanted to be a filmmaker and make feature films for theaters. So that's a goal. Eventually I will be making feature films. Thank you.
So tell me something like Kannada film industry. The only actor I knew was Dr. Rajkumar. That also because Mr. Amitabh Bachchan said Dr. Rajkumar and he holds him in very high regard. And of course, then we have Yash because KGF is the first, I think, pan-Indian film from Karnataka. So, having watched KGF and Yash, and I really hats off to Prashant Neel, amazing filmmaking, like totally Bollywood, not Bollywood, totally mainstream. And you also want to make feature films now for theaters. So, will you balance the style of artistic, or will you go totally full throttle commercial, making a film like KGF?
Sir, it's very important to make a film where the audience engages and likes, and I value the time and money, and especially when someone is watching a film in a theater, he's paying money and watching the film. So I always have a value. I always look up to my seniors, especially as you said, yes sir, and Prashant Neel has opened a huge door for Kannada film industry, and Rishabh Shetty sir is coming with Kantara. That will be huge, and we have other great film actors and filmmakers also. So balancing, I can't tell about exactly the commerce or anything, because I make the film my kind of a film, and I want to enjoy the film while I'm watching in a theater. So I think the next projects and trailers will answer this question very properly.
Did you enjoy KGF?
I did enjoy. I loved KGF. I have been following Yash since from a long time. So it's a matter of proud to us also while watching, and I watch all the Kannada films, and I love watching films in my regional language also. I watch other kind of films. I enjoy all spectrum of films, basically.
Chidanand.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Congratulations again from here. You are Dr. Chidanand.
Yes, sir.
How you shifted to the film? You are practicing doctor. You had your MBBS at Mysore.
Yes, sir.
You just let us know.
Okay, yeah. I did my graduation in Mysore Medical College. I did my MBBS. Like cinema was never a part of a part of my life. My dad never liked us be watching TV or something. It was during the MBBS time I explored internet and started exploring more cinemas. So I was a cinephile basically. I love watching films. And slowly, sir, it becoming very organically, I started watching interviews about actors and directors. From actors you get to know about directors, from directors you get to know about who their favorite directors was. So the spectrum started opening, and I discovered that this is something which can be achievable. And at the same time also, while working as while I was working or starting from the MBBS only, you start with the anatomy, you dissect the cadaver, you see everything. But where was the feeling coming from? That is something I never understood. You study from a single cell to you replace, you do a live surgery. You can go through it, but where is this feeling and emotions are coming from, which I'm feeling while watching a film? So I think this is something which was very intense. I had never felt like that before. So that is how I started exploring, watching, and started getting resonated with this medium. And so it was a very slow, organic journey, sir. I don't know at exact which point I chose to be a filmmaker, but it's more of a very natural thing. But I took full time after I finished my MBBS. I got my permanent registration, and after that, full time into pursuing cinema.
This film is eligible for Academy submission. Have you submitted it?
Yes, sir. It has been submitted. It is right now being screened in academy screening rooms. So we are looking for the results in December, sir. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, Pranav ji, I'd like to hear from you. With such limited resources, like shooting the whole film at night and then for 4 days, what all challenges did you face?
So ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ होती है हमारे लिए कि एक लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेस है, इतने इतने टाइम लिमिट में हमें ये फिल्म कंप्लीट करनी है, एंड ये सर्टन ऑडियंस स्पेसिफिक हमारी फिल्म बनती है. हमारा फर्स्ट ऑडियंस होता है हमारा फैकल्टी ऑब्वियसली, एंड हमारे बैचमेट्स, क्योंकि हमारी फिल्म FTI में पहले प्रेजेंट होती है, वहाँ पे हमारा ये एजुकेशनल फिल्म होता है, देन वहाँ पे हमारे ग्रेडिंग वगैरह होता है, उसके बाद में ये फिल्म फेस्टिवल में भेजना ये FTI का कॉल होता है. सो प्रोसेस ऐसा है कि हमें जो बाहर आपको रिसोर्सेस मिल रहे हैं फिल्म मेकिंग में, जो भी इक्विपमेंट मिल रहे हैं, जितना भी क्रू मिल रहा है, फिल्म स्कूल में हमें क्या है, हमें लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेस मिलते हैं. लिमिटेड मतलब इनफ है, लेकिन वो लिमिटेड होता है. तो बेनिफिट ये होता है कि कम रिसोर्सेस में आप ज़्यादा क्या कर रहे हो, आपके पास टाइम कम है, आपके पास एरिया स्पेसिफिक है, 50 किलोमीटर में शूट करना है. जैसे कि चिदा का स्क्रिप्ट आता है, कन्नड़ा है, एंड इंटरेस्टिंग था. कन्नड़ा फिल्म में चिदा बिलोंग्स टू कर्नाटका और एडिटर मनोज बिलोंग्स टू कर्नाटका, बाकी क्रू मराठी है, सब महाराष्ट्र से. जैसे सिनेमाटोग्राफर मराठी है, साउंड डिजाइनर मराठी है, मैं खुद महाराष्ट्र से हूँ, सांगली से बिलोंग करता हूँ. तो फैक्टर होता है सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट कि पहले इतने कम टाइम में सबसे ज़्यादा चीज़ें इलेबोरेट करके वहाँ पे रखनी है. तो डायरेक्टर थ्रू वो सारी चीज़ें हमें प्रॉपर मैनर में हमारे पास आए. जब चिदा ने फर्स्ट टाइम आया, रब ड्राफ्ट हमारे पास था, और वो इतना क्लियर था रब ड्राफ्ट में भी, तो ज़्यादा हमें कुछ ऐसा परेशानी हुई नहीं है. वहाँ पे हमारा टाइम सेव हो गया. जो प्री प्रोडक्शन वाला प्रोसेस होता है, वहाँ पे आधी चीज़ें क्लियर हो गई. सेकंड, मेरा काम करने का प्रोसेस ऐसा है, जब भी मैं एज अ प्रोडक्शन डिजाइनर फिल्म का एक वर्ल्ड में क्रिएट करने जाता हूँ, तो मुझे जैसे ये तो फोकलोर है, सनफ्लावर एक फोकलोर है, इसका कोई स्पेसिफिक टाइम पीरियड है नहीं. लेकिन जब मैं डिज़ाइन कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे एक सर्टन कलर पैलेट हो या सर्टन एक पीरियड हो, उसको कंसिडर करके जाना होता है वहाँ पे, ताकि वो चीज़ें मैं वहाँ पे अरेंज कर सकूँ. तो मैंने डिसाइड किया ये एक स्पेसिफिक पीरियड है, अभी मेंशन नहीं करूँगा वो मैं चीज़. हाँ, ये पीरियड हो सकता है, तो इस पीरियड के दौरान क्या क्या हो सकता है. हमें और एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन होता है, बस 50 किलोमीटर के रेडियस में हम शूट कर सकते हैं FTI में, उससे बाहर हम जा नहीं सकते, वो भी रिस्ट्रिक्शन होता है. अभी कर्नाटका है, आपको एक पीरियडिक फिल्म बनानी है, वो पुणे के पास. सो मेजर रिस्ट्रिक्शन ये था, उसमें वो वर्ल्ड क्रिएट करना है वैसा वाला, जिसमें कॉस्ट्यूम हो, प्रॉप्स हो, कंस्ट्रक्शन हो, इच एंड एवरीथिंग.
Process is very lengthy.
हाँ, प्रोसेस वाज लेंदी,
And
बट
how much time did it take to script the film? I mean, the idea, everything, if you say.
The module started in March and my shooting dates were in April 12th. So I had to shortlist my idea, write into screenplay, cast, pre-produce. So we were working. I had my team already. This was my team. This was the idea. So we were overlapping a lot of works, and we were mostly, I don't know, like I finished the script almost 10 days before. Like the final draft, the initial draft I got way before, but the final draft got finished 10 days before. So because we need some time with the actors to realize and to finalize the other aspect of filmmaking. But this film was made in a span of like 40 to 45 days.
Right.
45 days भी I
Yeah.
think ज़्यादा है.
Like I have been observing you, and I have interacted very closely with Mr. Rishabh Shetty and Yash. Has it ever crossed your mind that you want to be an actor also, like an actor director?
No, sir, I'm very clear, but I would love to direct Yash and Rishabh any day, but I would love to direct every actor. But I don't think, see, we are artists first, and we have other forms of expressions. And in cinema, acting is one, but painting, singing, anything can be any expression, maybe cooking or cleaning a room also. So I don't limit anything, self, but right now I'm focusing on writing and directing, sir.
Especially the dialogues of the movie that I've seen it. Like, has he taken a day off? They're like a comical. There's a comical content also, and how did you frame these dialogues? I mean, there's one dialogue also. The memory of day felt like distant dream. There's some beautiful dialogues in the movie. So, what was the whole process that went through this thing?
So when we started, I needed a help. So there is a writer from Karnataka called Punit Sakya. So I texted him on Insta. So we got in. So he had come to FTI for a 4 day. So I told this is a screenplay, and I had written in such a way. And we started explore. The tone was already set. To get that Kannada and the dialect, Punit really helped. So we knew the tone. He also understood what my vision was and what my style was. So we started playing around the words to create that story world, and also create what audience can get in through the way. For example, as I said, like a day become a distant stadium. That's what they really feel.
True, true.
So this is a state where it's such a magical place or a fantasy place. You need poetry is the best way to express that.
Absolutely. Any more questions?
So far, whatever the talents we have talking about from Kannada origin, they are not no longer staying in Kannada film industry. They have been hijacked to other film industry. When Prashant Neel is not now available, Ram Reddy of Titi fame also did his second film now in Fable with Hindi or English. So we want request you to stay in Kannada roots and take to the global. By staying only in Kannada, you can take global. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, when we say Kannada film industry or something, we are part of Indian film industry. Like you are Anantmurthy sir one side. No, it's a continuous identity. ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದವನು ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಊರಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಏನಿದೆ, ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮೋರ್ ಅ ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್. ಸಮ್ ಒನ್ ಲೈಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ವಾಚ್ ಅ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಡಬ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ವಾಚ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅ ಸಬ್ ಟೈಟಲ್. ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಡಬ್ಬು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.